Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Fresh Out the Box Plays Fantasy Age from Green Rona Publishing. I am the board game guru and game master extraordinaire, Jahananan.
It's me, Casualty CDG, co-host of Fresh Out the Box and Fresh Out the Podcast. I'm happy to be here reprising my role as Cedric, the Appraiser of Koath.
I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian, a variety video game Twitch streamer and tabletop role-playing game streamer. I am reprising my role as a orcish drac envoy of a tribe, and his name is Harzar Steelflame, the Gami tribe. There we go.
Knock, knock.
Who's
No.
there?
What?
He said boats.
Did it cut the clip out?
Yeah, cut out because you screamed into the microphone.
I figured. But I don't know where the microphone is. That's the thing. I have 3 microphones. None of them are recognized by Discord. I don't know.
I think it's in your camera. Although I'm not,
CIA
I'm not
plan.
positive.
Is this louder?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think
that's
we
the
figured
one.
it out.
I like
Yep, so did I.
Anyway,
It's a good angle.
I feel this was not the. I didn't do great, but I went for it, and I feel more at one with my character now. I can't see shit, and that's maybe. You know what? Morgus needs glasses, but this is before they figured that out. So he's always just. It's a new detail.
People
Well,
people
Yogesh was
totally
actually
have
just about
glasses.
to pick up his glasses, but then the optometrist was murdered in the event.
Yep.
And now you're trying to track down your prescription.
Yeah.
That's a pretty funny character arc.
Do you think about that? I think about that all the time post-apocalypse.
Oh.
Like, my glasses break, I'm fucked.
Yeah, you gotta know a glass guy.
Or just be
Are
a
we-
glass guy.
Are we streaming?
Yeah, we're streaming.
Yes.
We're talking about how to do glasses in the apocalypse. That's exactly what we're supposed to talk about.
Yeah, this is what people tuned in for.
This is exactly what they want to hear.
But yeah, I'm Keon, Morgus, Necromancer Extraordinaire.
I would shine some, like, bottle bottoms.
Oh, you're talking about glasses. Okay.
So, make, like, bottle glasses. But yeah, hey, so, Aaron's out here, which is okay.
Look at that. I didn't even notice. What's up?
What's up,
Whoa.
not Aaron?
I don't.
Aaron could be here tonight. But, hey, where we last left off, the 4 of you were traveling to the Bevin Township for various reasons to investigate, to get information about what's going on in this war. There's rumors of plague that some of you are interested in, and just the war in general is bringing up a lot of issues for people. On your way, you crossed a field of bodies and came upon an abandoned lumber camp that was seemingly abandoned, but actually had a prisoner whom you have freed, a young girl. But in the trying to figure out who she is and if she can go with you, trying to garner trust with her, the inhabitants of this camp, what seemed like deserters from the various armies turned bandit, have returned to the camp. There are 5 of them. I'll remind everybody of where everyone's standing. There is a halberd and a sword and shield guy out front. Then, really close behind them, there is a man who seems to be their leader, wearing some partial scattered mail armor, and the faded colors of the Shawl army that seem to have been removed from his heraldry. He's carrying a great sword on his back. He has not drawn it. There's one that only Gary sees with a bow that is trained upon our Drac friend here. And then there is a dual sword wielding person that is sort of just off on the side. Yeah, that's all 5 of them. Gary, you are hidden in a little cubby that you had come across with your crossbow trained on the archer, ready to fire. Hazar, right?
Harzar.
Harzar.
It's Charizard without the C and the D.
What happened to your D? Lost it in your mom.
Oh, yeah, from
Oh, but yeah. So, Harzar, you
got her.
are trying to parlay with this group. You've been speaking to the bandit with it's not going awful, but they do seem ready to fight. It is just you and Aaron out front. Our necromancer friend has, I believe, gone out the back with the girl. Yeah, and then Gary, we know where you are. So, that is where it begins.
I think the last point of parlay was I was trying to say, "Hey, let us go. We don't want to fight you anyway," and then saying, "They're like, hey, we want to keep the girl. She's worth it to us." And I was like, "Okay, I get it. How much are we talking here?"
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're discussing paying for the girl. Sadly, my friend, more than you could afford.
Oh, that's right. I remember offering silver, and they're like, "I don't like the color of your coin." And I was like,
"Oh, thanks,
coin.
Synth Weasel." Yeah, they are both dressed up. You can't see Keon's face, though. There he is.
Because I'm so blind to read my screen, I'm like right here. I'm looking at my looking at my spells.
But yeah.
Is it the coin or the... Oh, sorry.
Wait, real quick, because we did level up. Spell power, is that it have to do with intelligence? Because I leveled up my intelligence.
It has to do, for you...
Probably wisdom, right?
No, I think
willpower, you mean?
Willpower, yeah.
I do think it's willpower.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I got a cool new spell that can really fuck up
willpower,
whoever they're taking. It's willpower? Okay. Well, never mind. But can I, we're sneaking out the back. I guess I'm going to try to kind of stash her. Wait, who has initiative? Sorry.
There is no initiative yet.
I'm still chatting them up.
I am going to hand, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hand the girl the Chris of Yoon, which has 1d6 plus 1. And I'm going to cast, can I cast, yeah, I could cast a spell out of whatever.
You can.
Well, then I'm going to give her flaming weapon on that knife.
You do succeed.
Okay. And how does that work?
15, not bad.
Flaming weapon. The weapon makes a successful attack. When it makes a successful attack, add 1d6. It only lasts for a minute. But I can spend an additional 2 points to keep it going.
Do you say anything to her while you're doing this?
I say, I don't think trying to buy you is going very well, despite his aptitude in the field of human trafficking. So, just in case, take the Chris of Yoon. And then I whisper, like, or whatever you say, to make a weapon burst into flames.
She does not scream when the knife lights on fire. I just wrote.
She doesn't scream?
Yeah, when it goes off fire, she goes, ah! But she doesn't like go, ah! That was a possibility because it's terrifying, and she wasn't ready for it. I did roll. I rolled a willpower check to see if she gave up.
And your sword just spontaneously catches on fire.
Oh fuck! She handles it surprisingly well, but yeah.
I knew she would. So yeah, it's basically 2d6. She has a 2d6 weapon now.
Sick.
But every minute I have to spend 2 MP if I want to keep the burning. So that you have to tell me when that is.
I'll let you know. Negotiate.
Yeah, is it the coin? Is it the color of the coin alone that's the problem, sir, or is it the coin, the face of the coin? Because color of coin I can always debate. Face of coin, I have what I have.
Money's money during these times, but that girl is worth a lot of it. So, we'll have her back. I mean, he seems adamant that she's worth a lot of money.
How much is a lot, friend? You underestimate the influence of the Nagami tribe and its envoy.
Let's see. I'm going to equate her to something, and then I'm going to see how much that costs. Let me go look at the thing. I have trouble with the how much money's worth in this world. You know what I mean?
You have trouble coming up with off-the-cuff prices for people, you mean?
Yeah, I'm not good at appraising. I've never kidnapped someone before.
Good problem.
It's come up a few times for me. Players are terrible people.
Yeah, sure, it was the players.
Yeah.
I do like that it's just 100 copper is 1 gold. So I like it. It's pretty straightforward. 10, 10, 10 all around. Let's see.
Gygax conversion.
A musket is 100 SP, which is 10
quite
gold.
expensive.
Yep, 10 gold. Okay.
What is SP?
Silver pieces.
Silver's more than gold?
No. 100 SP is 10 gold.
100 SP is because you did division.
Correct.
Oh, it's 100, 100, 100. Oh, it's not 10, 10, 10.
It is 10, 10, 10,
It is
right?
10, 10, 10.
Yeah.
10,
Okay.
10, 10 with the trolley. With the band.
How much is a horse?
Right.
That's what I was looking for.
There
Yeah,
are
girls at
different
least
kinds of
like half a
horses.
horse, right?
I want to give you a good price so that you can understand that she's worth a lot. You know what? He said we were figuring we could at least. I'm gonna go with this. We could at least get 500 for her.
500. I gesture.
Gold.
500 gold. In what market, sir? Where would you possibly take this person to offer her services? What, she's a cook? Okay. There's various places that know how to cook. I can cook if I spend enough time at it.
We're gonna sell her. We're trying to sell her back to her uncle.
And whom, pray tell, is her uncle? Because I can understand if he's a person of importance. Then I can understand. I may be able to facilitate something.
He's the lord of a nearby township.
Oh, what one? I'm not from here. You see.
Now he'll
I seem genuinely curious. I'm like, oh, okay, this is because I'm gaining information from this.
You're not lying at all. You are genuinely curious.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. We caught this runt on our way to see him in Bevin Township.
That's where we're going. So, all right, well. Oh, I understand. You want a ransom. Okay. Now I understand what you're trying to do. Now I understand 500. This makes sense. Okay.
Everybody's on the same page now. I love it. So now you see...
Is he still in the town, you think?
Yeah. Last I checked.
Oh. Well... How's this for an idea? We travel together, safety in numbers, and... I do need to speak with the man anyway, for my own reasons. So... I could see about facilitating a neutral arbiter of ransom, as some nobles take it more kindly when someone of, shall we say, Greystone speech, may be arbitrating the deal rather than sell swords. As I understand it, for example, if I were to talk like I was supposed to back home in the on the seas, I sound kind of like I'm from the docks and I just fell off a boat. So I don't seem like a trustworthy sort of person. Whereas if I speak more pleasantly, as certain nobles expect,
you're telling me nobody stabs him at any point?
No one stabs him.
Nobody just walks up and stabs him.
They don't see the girl. They don't know what to do.
Okay.
And he rolled pretty well in his last communication. But you do need another one. If you're trying to convince them to go along with this, you're gonna need to roll pretty fucking good. It's not bad.
How does 19 look to you?
It's good enough for them to not stab you.
All right.
It's definitely not worth I do get a free reroll for convincing a group of people, but that's a pretty good roll. I'd hate the benefit. I can only see that getting worse by the odds.
You can roll it if you want.
No, the odds aren't in my favor if I do that.
He'll
Funny enough, I just recently upped my communication at this level, so
he'll look at the guys around him, maybe having a negotiator on our behalf could help, but the girl, I'm afraid, is going to have to remain in our custody.
We're all traveling together anyway. It's no sweat off of me.
He's gonna keep. You see him keep trying to look past you. Like, is she still in there?
She's nearby. If we were to swear to this deal, then we can work together. Until then, you're a bunch of armed people standing in front of me. We're not friends yet until we shake on it, or do whatever oath ceremony it is that's done around here.
What exactly is the deal you offer?
Well, the deal is we travel together in the same company. I act as your negotiator for the ransom. I'll go so far, because you're doing me a favor, of not killing me, for one, and for two, helping me get to where I want to go safely. I will offer my negotiation services for free. And we can all travel together, and hopefully I'll gain what I'm looking for, you'll gain what you're looking for, and the Lord will gain what he's looking for, namely his daughter, most likely.
We keep the girl and we wait outside town. That's the deal.
That's probably wise. His guards will probably try to beat you to death to get her back.
Makes
sense.
He'll walk past his guys right up to you. Temo will flex at this.
Yeah.
She'll move closer, kind of aggressively, I imagine. But he'll approach you. He'll put his hand out.
I'll grab him by this part of the arm, because not a hand, because I have claws, so I don't want to gash his hand.
Yeah, no, he'll reach for the wrist as well.
I'll grab and give it a good shake.
We have a deal. Now produce the girl. He'll look up at the archer that you couldn't see, but Gary, you'll see the archer relax as the guy does this with his hand.
Yeah, I'll also take my finger off the trigger that nobody sees except for the cameraman.
We're all friends here. You can come out.
Wait, so just to be clear, we're still gonna sell this woman?
We're ransoming her to a noble.
Yeah,
if it was to slavery, Harzar would have a very different opinion of this conversation. Yeah. It's
I think Morgus doesn't want to do this and is gonna encourage her to escape into the. What's her name? Wait, what is your name?
My name is Mary.
Mary. Take this knife and get the fuck out of here. And that's when I set it on fire, and then I tell her to run into the woods. And whether she does or not, I don't know.
You can roll a communication.
Oh god, sorry, I can't.
Oh, I love your character having little spectacles that he takes.
That's a monocle, really. Communication. Oh, okay.
It's harder to see the spirits with the glasses on.
14's not bad.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
14's
Okay,
not bad.
It's something she probably wants to do anyway.
Yeah, because it's something that she absolutely wants to do. So she's she runs.
So what I do is I put her on my horse that we know I've had this whole time.
You don't have a horse.
Yeah, the horse that you brought across.
The horse. This is what we've been saving it
We
for.
made that decision. No horse.
He's just horsing around, Jahan.
Nah.
But yeah, she's gonna run. She's gonna trip over a root and fall face first on the knife. No, ah!
I didn't expect the story to take that left turn. That was good.
Better to die free than live a captive.
All right, that was a good quest. Let's go to chapter 2.
I Shyamalan'd it.
Yeah, you just ruined it and it ended.
Yeah, and she was one of the kidnappers too. But yeah.
Also played by Shyamalan.
Oh, it's a cameo. But yeah, she's gonna take off into the woods.
Was that movie any good? Sorry, A
Which
Knock
one?
at the Cabin. It was bad.
I heard it was
It
bad.
just kind of came and went. Yeah, that's disappointing.
I really wanted to like it as already a fan of Batista and pretty much always get willing to give M. Night Shyamalan a chance the rest of my life because of how he started. I watched it and it was not good. The ending was very bad. Come to find out, he changed the ending of the movie from the ending of the book, and the ending of the book would have been much better. But the ending of the movie was very, very bad and soured the movie.
He's like, I'm M. Night Shyamalan. I got this. I always stick the ending.
Like, by changing the ending, it changed the
Hey.
meaning and the
Hey, we're
purpose
just
of
we're
the
just
whole
coming in here to. We're just gonna use the restroom. Please, just don't hurt us. Remember that? The end of happening. Mark Wahlberg talking to all the plants
story.
now.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Yeah, lady takes off into the woods, or tries to take off into the woods.
Yeah.
Oops on a root, stabs herself and dies.
No, she runs off in the woods successfully without tripping and falling. But then the plants are angry, and so they make her kill.
Kill herself.
Oh, but yeah, no, she
Tree
runs.
ants
What do you do? The girl doesn't come out.
I just look over to Temo and just ask her to hand me my harpoon back. 'Cause I handed it to her before I went talking to them, so I was unarmed. Well, visibly unarmed. I take my harpoon, just kind of stand there and kind of look around and look at Temo and look back at the shack, kind of waiting for her to come out because I don't know she left. I figure she's still in there.
Problem?
You can come out now. I look at Temo and shrug. Where is she? It probably mentions she's out back.
He's going to nod to the guy that was sort of waiting in the wings with the leather armor. He's going to run behind the cabin.
Yeah, I don't help them catch her. She's in their captivity now. That sounds like a them problem. So I'm just standing there waiting.
Before that guy rounds the corner, can I cast a spell on the leader? Like, can I see him? You think, or nah?
I mean, you would have to look at him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna step out and I'm gonna cast Pestilencia
Oh shit!
on the leader.
No, you
I
did
do
it
I did
successfully when you got a
I
spell
did it,
point.
baby! Spell point, so that makes him take, I think -2 to all physical tests, which isn't bad. Right, is that what it does? Yeah, but
He
it's
does
a
that-
Constitution. Sorry, what?
No, you're on it already.
Constitution stamina against your spell power, which is 13. Yeah.
Oh, it does penetrating. What kind of spell does penetrating at its first level?
After each hour.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's the balancer.
It's like fucking useless.
It will slowly kill him.
Yeah.
I have to find his stamina. One sec. One sec, guys. The Dungeon Master's always prepared. Not.
Mhm. Not.
There it is.
Oh, that was a lot of magic points.
I mean, yeah, you gave him, like, herpes or whatever.
That hurted.
There he is. There he is. What did you say, Constitution?
Constitution, stamina.
What happens if he passes?
No, nothing happens.
But he has to beat your spell power?
I believe so.
Does it say beat?
I mean, I don't know. It just said. Let me see. Constitution versus stamina. Let me see. You must be the victim. It makes a Constitution stamina against your spell power. If the test succeeds, there's no effect. Yeah.
The test succeeds. So the target number is your spell power.
Yeah.
Which means that if he ties it, he passes. So you hit him with the spell, and he turns green for a second, but then he like shakes it off. Like, what the hell? And now everyone rolls initiative.
Yeah. And I'll note that my character doesn't look angry that you did that. It's more of a, oh, this is happening. Okay.
Yep. Gotta adjust.
Initiative. Boom.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I had to get my stickies. Alrighty, what'd everybody get?
I got a 14, and so did Kian. And Corbinian, the star of the show, rolled a 13.
Hell yeah.
What'd you get, Corbin?
13.
It's funny. What's your dexterity?
0.
Corbin.
I'm an envoy. Why do I need dexterity?
That's fine.
Don't dex shame me.
Don't shame my dex.
I mean, it'd be dumb if I made a rogue character that had terrible dex, like one
Wouldn't
or
it be
something.
dumb? Wouldn't it be crazy?
Yeah, and then like spend the whole campaign trying to get it up so my powers actually work. That'd be just bad design. If my
The
character...
whole campaign asking the game master, is their dexterity lower than a 1?
Are they a commoner or a child? No? Damn.
Are they feeble in any way?
So, alright. What about you two? Who has... Gary, you have high dex, right?
I have 3 in dex.
You're first. Go ahead.
I'm going to fire at the archer on top of the shed that nobody sees except for me. I take my time to aim, so I get a +2 to shoot.
Yep.
And I had marked him at the end of last session.
Yes.
I was ready for this. So I get +2 to damage.
Also, you have a free minor action because you've been aiming. I'm not going to make you use a minor action now.
I guess that's what I'm...
If that helps.
Oh, I guess I can use it. No, I don't think it... Thank you, but I don't think I need it.
Okay.
Maybe I can hide afterwards as a minor action or stay hidden or something.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyways, kazap! I shoot my crossbow. I roll a 17 with 5 stunt points.
That is a hit. That is how you start a combat right there.
It is. Those 5 stunt points, I want to use them to do a lot of damage to that guy.
Okay.
Can I add 2d6? Does
Yes.
that cost 5?
Yeah, lethal blow, yeah.
That's what I thought. Here's my first damage roll. It's 12 because we add 2 for the assassin mark.
Death.
And then we add 2 more d6, so 24 damage altogether.
Alright, so the spell goes off, they draw weapons, you hear a bow tense on a rooftop nearby, and then you hear and a guy falls off of the shed dead. Because that's a lot of damage!
And then my minor action, can I try to stay hidden? Would you allow that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll
Alright.
to hide again.
little dexterity. I rolled a 10 with 1 stunt point.
You're not terribly hard to see, but you are technically hidden. They have to look. Yeah, what's your
Which
dexterity?
one you can?
I think 2. Let me see.
Corbinian, were you saying a thing?
I was saying with that 1 stunt point, you could reload your weapon. Rapid
I will.
reload.
Thank you. Good eye.
Believe me, I know how painful it is to reload with majors.
Yes, it is. I appreciate that.
Yeah, 2.
2.
Alrighty, so that means you're next.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cast a flame blast on. I guess you said there's a guy running around the corner towards me, right?
Yeah, there's a guy right when you run around the corner and you cast that spell on the leader. You see another bandit right there. As soon as he sees you, he draws 2 swords.
Well, I cast flame blast on him,
Okay.
and I do not hit that.
Do you not?
Nope.
You have been booned.
Then I re-roll a 2,
You don't need to
right?
reroll. You can keep.
It goes up 1.
Yeah, you can add +2 to that roll
And keep 2 stun points?
and keep the 2 stun points out. Exactly.
Oh, yeah!
Avenging Penguin, you made this bandit get hit by fire. Flame erupts from the eyes of your skull
Brought
staff.
to you by Avenging Penguin.
Thanks, Avenging Penguin. I haven't been looking at the chat because I can't see anything.
It's all good. I just
I'm
noticed him too.
I'm gonna do Mighty Blow, extra
Nice.
1d damage.
What else?
Mighty spell.
What else is part of that spell? Do I have to roll anything?
Right. Well, I do an extra 3. Let me see. Extra tree. Flame blast. Flame blast is 8 yards long and 2 yards wide. So also, if anybody else was in that area, they'd
8
get hit.
yards to. No one else is in that.
They take 2d6 plus 1. Targets that make a successful dexterity acrobatics take 1 less d6.
Target number of 12.
11, buddy. I got 11. That means you do full damage. He was not expecting a mage to fire blast him around that.
So he's gonna get 2 d6s plus 4 because it's plus 1 plus the 3 I added on. So 2d6, 11 plus 4, so 15, and that's anybody within 8 and 8 by 2 yards.
Unfortunately,
Just the one dude.
yeah, you're sequestered.
It's okay.
And how much was that? 13? 14?
11 plus 15.
15. Okay.
Right? Yeah.
15. It's not penetrating or anything, is it?
I guess not.
No, it would say. It'd be like so much X D6 penetrating.
Okay.
Alrighty, you scorch him. You see, like, all the skin on the side of his face bubbles and boils. And his eye looks like it's about to pop out. But he goes, ah! And then, like, he just screams. And then it's not his turn. So, the bandit with the halberd is going to stab at you, Corbinian. He might not hit you, though.
Defense 10.
Oh,
If you roll an initiative for Temo Pab,
I did
John, I bet Temo would interpose this if that's an option.
Can you interpose? I think.
I don't know. Some characters can, but I don't think Temo's
I don't
built
think
that
she
way.
can. No, but she's gonna go. I'm just gonna have her go with Corbinian so that I can keep track of it easier. Go ahead and take. Do you have any armor?
Yep.
Nice. Take 12
2, 3, 4.
because I
5,
rolled
6,
really
7,
high.
8, 9.
He just stabs you with his halberd out of nowhere, just very suddenly. Leads quite the wound, it seems.
Yeah, that hurt me quite a bit.
Okay.
I lost almost 1/3 of my health.
And then, yes, the other one attacks you as well, but this time Temo does stand in the way. And gets fucking slammed. You see her take a pretty significant blow as well. With the sword and shield wielder, he blocks her attempt to parry and stabs her in the torso. After those two go, the one with the great sword starts to look around, wondering what to do. What would he do? Let's see. Yeah, he's resolved to stay for now. I guess he'll attack Tembo as well. Oh, he misses. Okay, good. I didn't want to hit her with the great sword. It's not even here. But he kind of tests the waters. Does kind of like, he comes up short a little bit with his swing, but he's just trying to stay in the fight and see who he needs to worry about. After that, it is your turn, Corbinian.
I look quite surprised I got attacked, and then look quite annoyed that this guy attacked me. I'll look to the leader and say to him, I did not attack your man, he attacked me first. And then I clap my hands together and produce a musket and fire at the guy.
This is all very startling. One of them's already dead, and the other one is still, like, you still hear him screaming. 12. That does hit.
I love not knowing what's going on behind the curtain. This guy runs around behind the house where we know Morgus is back there. That's all we know. And now this guy's just screaming. So we don't know what's going on, but I love the...
You can probably smell burnt hair and flesh.
I love the not knowing what's going on and smelling a burning body.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to give one stunt point to Morgus through Coordinate.
Thanks, bud.
Whatever you're doing, please hurry it up. I shout over, shrugging because I don't know why you're doing this, but I'm not stopping you. You're not the one that shook hands. And any of these other powers really fire? Not yet, so I will roll damage. And I have 4 stunt points. He's wearing armor, yeah? The guy I'm shooting?
Yes.
Pierce armor, rapid reload, and I am going to boost myself. So that means I'll get +1 bonus to my next test.
Excellent. The one with the short swords that is on fire, still screaming. He's going to drop his swords and get down on his knees, be like, "Please, no more!" And you can see his skin is like all fucked up, and he's just like, "No, please!" He's begging for his life. You almost killed him a while ago. He's very hurt. He doesn't want to,
It's like, no, I don't want that to happen again.
No, he's good. He's good on that. He's all done.
He is a human trafficker, so
he's a ransomer. It's different.
he'll get what he gets.
Oh,
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. There's different. Those are different crimes. All right, Gary, it's your turn again, friend.
There's a fine line between those crimes, for what it's worth.
There is a fine line.
I am going to minor action aim. Now that my mark is dead, I'm not going to aim. I'm going to minor action mark the great sword guy, and I mark him for death. And when I do so, I'll probably whisper something from my book. Let's see. I'm going to whisper something like, through the shadows I walk, leaving only echoes of death. I whisper to my crossbow and mark this guy for death. And then I'm going to fire without the +2 at the greatsword guy. I rolled a 16
That's a
to
hit.
hit. I rolled 15 damage. It's a +2 because of the thing.
I just had to take money. This would have gone perfectly fine. I tried.
You did try.
Ridiculous. Kian. It's your turn, Kian. Morgus.
No
That
matter what you
time-
roll, you have 1 stunt point because of me.
That time
true.
I couldn't hide at the end of my turn, so I'm gonna move. I'm gonna reposition
Where
and
you
make
wanna
sure
go?
I maybe like the way I'm imagining this, it's not a perfectly flat battlefield.
It's not.
There are sort of like, hills and ditches along the road. So I would think I would run up a hill. So now I'd be visible, but also have the height vantage point of the field.
You can get on. There's a nice pile of logs you can get on top of.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Sounds good.
I like the image of that because way off in the distance, in a ditch. Dwarf.
Mhm.
It's like, where the
we're
hell did he
finally-
come from?
What are you doing here, Morgus? You hit and you did damage.
I hit, I did damage.
You can increase the spell power of the spell by 1.
I don't know if that'll really do anything, right? So I mean, I hit. I mean, it's no. I just did Divine Blast.
Yeah, Arcane Blast. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
friggin' do what I did. Friggin' boost your next roll. Because you could boost because it's a combat stunt. Because you did an arcane blast.
The Arcane Blast
Well,
work
I'm
just
gonna
like
do
weapons, so you can do. What's
Oh,
the
sweet.
what's the stunt that you do?
Boost. It's one of the basic ones. You basically give yourself a +1 to your next roll.
It's one of the new ones.
Cool.
Nice.
Per
Nice.
spell point spent. Boost. You get a +1 bonus per spell point spent. Your first test on your next.
What does your Arcane Blast look like? Where does it come out of, and what are you aiming at?
I think it's supposed to come out of the. I do it out of my hand.
You can do what you want, yeah.
And I'm gonna finish off this poor guy and just aim it right and try to just break his neck with it.
I don't want to be that guy, Keon, but your arcane blast can be like any color, any shape. It could be anything you want.
Yeah.
What are we seeing? Is it like
Oh,
white
wow.
lightning, or are you like throwing a rubber chicken?
No, I think it's a rubber chicken. No, it's like
Yep, that's what I thought.
it's like a black flash that kind of comes out. It's almost like he has like a little tendril on his hand, and it just lights up black, and it's just explosive, like almost like flame, but it's like a black flame, and it doesn't burn. It just hits with impact.
Oh, Vatican
What?
Oh, Vatican
Oh.
I miss those TikToks.
Frick out of it.
Harry Potter! But yeah, so the black flash happens, and his eyes just roll back in his head, and he just is separated from life, and he drops dead.
Nice.
I should record that I fired a shot.
It's this one. That guy's dead. Two of them are dead. Alrighty, Beta Captain. He's gonna look around. He has a bolt sticking out of him. He's going to back away. Be like, retreat, guys, retreat. Let's get out of here. They're too much. He's gonna break. And the other two will break as well. Because they are next. After that, the first person that has a turn after they run is Corbinian.
I kind of, like, as they're running away, I kind of keep my musket at them, like, just to make sure they're not just backing up and then coming back to swing. And when I know they literally turn their backs and are running, I just kind of disappear my musket and fold my arms.
After that, Gary.
I am going to aim instead of marking for death. That way I can get that +2 for that long range, so I can make it break even. and take a long-range shot at the guy with the great sword. Is that the captain that had the great sword, or it's a different guy?
Yeah.
The captain?
Yeah, the captain.
I'm going to shoot him. Shoot him again. I rolled a 13 to hit. That's with the aim because of the long distance.
That is a hit.
Cool. 8 damage. Is that enough to knock him off his feet?
Like, he is still up, but he's bleeding pretty bad.
Should be easy to track my hunt then. I'm going to track after them. I'm going to go after him. I'm not sprinting, but I look to you. Let me look at your character's name, Harzar. I look to you, make eye contact. Gonna go track that quarry. And I head off into the woods.
Just kind of, when you say that, I just kind of furrow my brow and like, okay, and then off you go, and it's like, okay. Again, I don't stop you.
It is Kian. Your turn. You see all this happen.
I think I just double back and see where Mary went and make sure she doesn't get re-kidnapped.
They didn't run that way, so she'll probably be okay, but you're not sure where she ran off to.
Okay.
You can try to find her, though.
Yeah.
How do you try to find her? You calling out for her? Are you looking?
Sure, I can call out. No, I'm looking. What would that be?
Perception.
Perception?
Perception.
It's not bad. You see where the burning knife that you gave her touched like a tree here. There's like, it's easy to follow because she has a burning knife.
I meant to do that.
And then you're able to find her not too far away. It's been like 10 to 15 seconds since she ran. It's not been very long. Yeah, the knife's still on fire and everything. You find her. Are they gone?
We murdered and mutilated about half of them, and I think a couple might have survived. But we should really bounce.
Okay. She'll give you back your knife.
Yeah.
And she'll follow you. You'll see Morgus emerge from the woods with the girl shortly after this whole debacle. We're no longer going to do initiative order because Gary, you weren't actually chasing. You were just
correct. I'm just gonna make it another scene. I'll follow them and stalk through the night, and I will kill them later.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Can I use search?
Yes.
I've rolled a 16.
You see that there are 3 sets of tracks. They don't all go the same way. 2 of them are bleeding.
I follow the ones that are bleeding.
They're going different directions.
Scattered.
Yeah, I'll follow one of the bleeding ones. I'll double back later. You know, this is not a 5-minute activity. I'll be at this a couple of days.
That's fine. High or low?
High.
Tight.
Alrighty. You will follow the tracks for a few hours, and you'll come upon a man resting against a tree, sort of in like a secluded area. His halberd buried in the ground.
I'm gonna take my time to mark him and line up my shot, and I'm gonna just take this guy out while he's resting.
That guy and roll.
That would be a 15 to hit, and then it'll be 13 damage.
His head will just get stuck to the tree he's resting against.
Cool. Does he have any cash on him?
Yeah, he probably has something. Let's see. There's a place to roll for that. Roll for that. Or roll for it. Roll for it.
What do you want me to roll?
No, I'm rolling for it.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, lucky you. 6 silver pieces.
Heck yeah, 6 Skrillers.
6 silver pieces.
I'm just gonna split it up later, so everybody give yourself 2 real quick.
He also has the halberd if you want it. His armor has a big hole from gun wound. You can't fit in his boots. I mean, he has like various knickknacks. I don't know if you're interested in anything.
Nah, he's good here. After I kill him, I'll go get my bolt back, close his eyes, and sort of put him in a peaceful position, and mutter some words, and double back to the first blood trail.
Go ahead and give me a searching check again.
Searching is my highest skill. Doodah. I rolled a 10 with 1 stunt point, and I'm gonna use my boon.
Plus
10's enough.
I'm gonna re-roll that 1, I think.
10 is not enough. Nope.
Here we go. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13. So the trail has definitely gotten cold. You follow it for a while, but at some point it seems that he has stopped bleeding. It looks like he rested somewhere. You find a place that he rested to heal himself up, but it looks like he continued on his way.
I would like to continue that direction that he went, see if I can pick up his trail again after some more time.
Okay. The other 2 of you, you're back there with Mary, and the bodies of 2 bandits. What are you doing?
Put him in the house, burn it down.
Well, I wouldn't burn the house. Someone might use that in the future. But we should burn the body. We should take their valuables and burn the body so they don't spread disease.
There's plenty of chopped wood already around for you to make a pyre if you want to. There's also stuff in the building that they were stealing from people. A lot of it's luxury goods like wine, cheeses, fabrics, that kind of thing. Welcome, Toyzilla Network! Thanks for the raid! A fire knife is perfect to make toast. Roll for loot. Right? A dwarf verse from the great book of Rock on his face. Oh, that's funny. New toy news.
I suppose, well, it's sort of like, did they have these things sort of like sacks or bags of any kind so they could move it around if they wanted?
They don't have a wagon or anything here, but I mean, yeah, the stuff is kind of out on the table. You could bag it up. There's a whole pile of discarded bags out front.
Yeah, I'll advise Temo to grab a bag, and I'll grab a bag, and we'll start filling them up. And I'll look over to the lady there and say, well, it seems we're escorting you back home to your father and returning what I presume are their stolen goods. I trust your father will know who to give them back to should they still be alive, or whomever should be able to claim them. Are we able to gather all of it between the 2 of us, or
No.
I don't try to hand anything to Morgus because you look rather wafy. I don't know if I want to put weight on you.
No, you can't. You can't take it all. Some of it's just ungainly. Like the bolts of cloth are kind of awkward to carry. There's like a couple of like casks of liquor that like might be worth something, but like not necessarily worth lugging. But you are able to fill. I'll say you fill 2 like haversacks full of luxury goods, and I have their value written down for my own notes, so I know how much you got.
They'll. As for the rest of this, we don't have the means to carry it. We were traveling by foot, so hopefully your father can send someone for them, assuming someone doesn't just scavenge them.
My father?
Those bandits are on the presumption that your father was a lord of the nearby town of Bevin.
No, my uncle.
Oh, your uncle. I must have misheard. I'm more familiar with Drakish and Orcish languages, so I sometimes mishear.
I've never heard
But-
that tongue spoken.
Hmm?
I've never heard your language before.
Well, unless you have, you would hear it in the Kingdom of Greystone and in the Valley, but I doubt you'd have much cause to hear of it elsewhere. Well, I take that back. I suppose nearby Istram would have heard of it, but far away from where you are. The only time you'd hear it from a sailor or two. Really.
Yeah, especially around here. Well, yeah, if you're willing to take me back to town, I was on my way to see him. Things have gotten pretty bad during all this conflict, and I hear that he might be able to take care of me or help me. So that is my hope.
Of what house is he, or are you, I should say? You must be of a dynasty of some sort.
House. So Shao is ruled by a council, and they're all, for lack of a better term, capitalists. Like they're all merchants.
More mercantile.
Yeah, it's a mercantile. So the rich people it's an oligarch essentially, and her uncle's one of the. He's not on the council, but he is part of that. He's considered part of the ruling caste because he's a merchant.
He's rich enough that he counts.
Yeah, he's rich enough to have earned a township. Essentially, to earn a township, you have to pay for one. So
right,
he paid for the creation of a city, and he gets to rule it because of it. So that's how it works here in Shao. Shao's kind of like a merchanty. It's a trade. It's a trade civilization essentially.
Which I imagine she, slight montage moment of her explaining this to my character, because my character wouldn't know it. It's like, I assume dynasty, 'cause I'm assuming it's like Greystone. It's not. Like, oh, you're run by merchants. Okay. I'll just have to get used to that.
Yes, so Shao is a merchant oligarch, and their primary religion is known as the Triumvirate. It is a trio of gods. The symbol is the triquetra, which I know it's a weird word, but it's the concentric loops that are like the three-pointed loop design. They worship a god of creation, a god of the world itself, and a god of the beyond.
They're the triumvirate?
Yeah, triumvirate. That's what they're known as. They would never call themselves that, but yeah, assuming that gods were talking. But the three gods are Saltis, god of creation, Mortis, god of the world and mankind and material things, and then Hectus, the god of the beyond. I gave them a little religion. I thought that was cool.
That is cool.
But, I mean, she'll. Some of this you guys will know because it's not like secret knowledge. It's not hidden knowledge. And then some of it she'll explain. So whatever you didn't know, she'll just kind of offhandedly mention. You'll notice that she's wearing a triquetra necklace. Yeah. But so you are going to take her back to the township.
Yeah, I mean we were gonna take her there anyway, so it's all one to me.
You travel on your way. You're on the road again. Gary's character is hunting this bandit captain down. And that's where we're gonna go ahead and take our break. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for participating, which is always really cool when you guys participate as an audience. And thank you. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to Fantasy Age from Green Ronin Publishing. Don't forget, you can get all of these books at greenroninstore.com with discount code fresh out the box for cheaper. That's it. That's all I got.
That's right. Fresh out the box discount code will give you a discount on any Green Ronin product, especially the brand new Fantasy Age 2nd edition, which is what we are playing here now today. This is the 3rd episode, right, of the second part of the 2nd edition, and I'm the co-host of the show, Casualty CDG, but I'll be reprising my role as the mountain dwarf assassin, Cedric, the appraiser of Koath.
I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbidian, a variety video game Twitch streamer and tabletop role-playing game streamer, and I am reprising my role as Harzar Steelflame, the envoy of the Nagami tribe.
Here are my bones. Would you like to see my mother-in-law's tongue?
You're married?
That is also another term for the snake plant. Mother-in-law's tongue. I like plants now, guys. Definitely has nothing to do with the girl taking me to a plant store on a date. I like plants. I like plants now. This is
Nerd.
Jan. I'm here for bones, magic, Morgus Borgus.
Borgus. Yeah, so the two of you and Temo Bap are escorting young Mary Bevin to Bevin Township to return her to her uncle. On the way, she tells you guys a bit about the history of Shao, the country that you are currently in, its mercantile rulership, and its religions.
Wait, so we just killed all the guys that are taking her to the uncle, and we're gonna take her to the uncle?
Yeah,
Why?
she wants to go to her uncle.
Oh, why did we kill all those guys?
I don't know.
Why did you kill all those guys? Well, they were gonna ransom her to her uncle. We're just taking.
Oh,
her free and
okay,
clear.
yeah. So they
Yeah.
kidnapped her for. Okay.
They kidnapped her to return her to her uncle, but she wants to go there.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's just that we're not taking a ransom.
yeah. You're the good guys.
Well,
We might take reward money, though.
Yeah, you guys might get rewarded. Say 500 gold piece.
We totally could have let them to taking one of those bandits that are all tied up and stuff. Who knows, what they were doing. You know what I'm saying?
deserting.
You know what I'm saying, man?
Stealing,
Saying they have a
deserting,
bounty on
kidnapping.
deserters.
Yeah, so they're kill on sight. They're okay to
Scully
kill.
McSkullface has been booned.
Is that what they said?
I'm not sure who that is. The Hooded Triangle Man has also been booned.
Oh shit! I wonder who that is.
I hope for Corbin it's like, and the piece of shit, or just something mean out of nowhere for no reason.
Don't be mean, man.
Sweaty Canadian.
Sweaty? The hell?
Oh, the
no!
Norman.
Get away with you.
Damn, I'd rather been called a sweaty Canadian than the normie.
Damn.
Friggin'
Norm.
It's pretty fucking funny. But yeah, so you are escorting the girl to Bevin Township to return her to her uncle where she wants to go. And you are currently stalking the captain. You've lost the trail, but you're hoping to pick it back up. Give me another searching check. This one's going to be harder because you lost the trail.
like a normie.
Pick
I
the
threw
trail back up.
19 bones on this one. Yes, sir.
You managed to pick the trail back up.
Good. I got something for this guy.
Hmm. Oh, you're still off hunting the guy down this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It looks. You can kind of guess. It seems that he's heading towards the ferry.
Oh, cool. Then I can head him off because I know where that's at.
I mean, he's headed straight there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him.
Now, if you want to cut him off, you gotta find a shortcut. So go ahead and give me a relevant check. Natural lore if you have it.
I've got searching. I've got intelligence evaluation, but it's really meant more to see the price of stuff. But,
Yeah, you can do intelligence.
Okay, let's do intelligence. I rolled an 18 with 5 stunt
Pretty
points.
high. Let's see if you can outfox the fox here.
Wait,
Yes.
his nickname was Fox.
Yes, you do. All right, so you are waiting at the alcove where the ferry. You can kind of see it off in the distance, heading here. When the bandit captain sort of breathlessly jogs into the alcove to wait for the ferry, and he sits down on a log, just kind of like let out a sigh.
I rolled a 17 to hit with 2 stunt points.
That's a hit.
And my damage is going to be 7 plus 2 is 9. 9.
I just
those-
remembered that Gary got all the best rolls when we made our characters. Every check's been like 18, 17.
Got some good rolls.
You got some good rolls, yeah.
Hacker. Rigged.
Must be.
Yeah, where you planted.
So I imagine again, like, you know, this built-up embankment, these sort of hills that come down into the alcove where the ferry pulls in. And so I would be on top of one of those hills, just waiting for my shot. And as he runs in, I shoot across the clearing from the top of one of the hills. And I would think I'd just shoot it straight in through his chest. And I do have a stunty boy. I can add an extra d6 of damage if you'd like.
Or pierce armor if
like.
he's wearing armor.
He is wearing armor. But you can do either of those if you want to.
Boom, let's throw another 6er. Oh boy, that's a 1. Let's use my vampire point to re-roll. Can't re-roll the 1, so now it's a 6, which is way better. So he gets another 6 damage.
He gets hit in the chest. He falls off the log. He just kind of lays there. Doesn't move.
It's like a French action film.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go make sure that I did what I needed to do. I'll retrieve my bolt and say my words. So yeah, I'll go check the body.
When you retrieve your bolt, he's going to grab your arm. And through bloodied words, you're a persistent bastard.
Thank you. The obsidian eye is not to be crossed or trifled with.
I'll be waiting for you. And he'll slip off.
Yeah, I'll slit his throat and close his eyes. And I'll leave his weapons and stuff as usual, but let me rifle through them pockets and take some of that cash everybody's always talking about.
He only had a single.
It's gotta eat.
He only had a single silver piece on him.
Oh damn! He didn't even have singles, plural.
I rolled bad.
All right, I added his 1 silver. All right, so now I've got to double back and catch up with the party. So that's what I'll be doing for the next montage.
Absolutely. The 3 of you, well, the 4 of you, can get to the township by nightfall if you hurry. Or do you want to rest and then show up the next day?
We can get there. We can get close to the town. Well, if we can get to the town, like to the walls by nightfall, then we can get rest inside the walls, or within the borders. If they're,
It'll be night when you get to the walls.
Yeah, I would try to push on. I would suggest to push on to the town, and we can, we can always call to the gate guard to let us in. Especially given who we have with us.
You'll see the village in the distance. There is smoke in the air. The dim glow of fire, or maybe embers, burns. It kind of silhouettes the town in this weird yellow glow. It's a decent sized village, but it is not very big by any means. Maybe at one time 1,500 people lived here. Maybe 1,500 permanent residents. It does seem like the roads seem to have been at one point in good repair, so probably a lot of people came through. But it doesn't look like there's a lot of infrastructure for like a lot of people who live here. You'll see the largest building, however, up on a hill at the back of the town. A large manor looms over everything else.
Is there any activity or village guard or at a gate or anything like that, or even just patrolling town?
You'll see a guard, like kind of walking with a lantern. They're walking around the outside, of the buildings. There's a couple buildings that are further out than they are. You know, like this odd farmhouse here, maybe like a well house over here. You see a boathouse off on the like a dock kind of thing, but it's not a very big dock.
Hello, the guard. I call out.
They'll stop in their tracks, like
And I'll
looking
wave at
around.
them.
They'll peer at you. Hello. What brings you to town?
I am Harjar Steelflame, envoy of the Nagami tribe, and I travel with a relative, I believe, of the owner, person who runs this place, the mayor, the Lord Mayor, and I gesture to Mary.
He'll be staring out into the towards you guys. How close do you get?
I basically called out to him the minute I knew he was within like an easable shout distance, because I'm trying to seem as friendly as possible by not jumping at him in the dark. It's like, no, don't surprise guards at night. That's how you get attacked, sort of thing. So it's like he gets as close as he wants. I'm standing still, waiting for him to come.
He
to me,
does
unless
not
he waves
approach
me
you.
forward. Yeah, I don't approach him because I don't want to spook him.
He's going to come closer. He'll gesture you for it.
I'll nod and I'll move closer.
Once you get within like the ember light of one of the buildings that seems to have been on fire recently, he'll be close enough.
I'll stop.
Who is it you have with you? He'll be trying to see you guys.
A Mary Bevin. She was in the captivity of some deserters who were ranging about pillaging and thieving. We have some of their stolen goods with us that we're going to turn over to the Lord Mayor. There's more back at their base of sorts. But we couldn't carry it all. We don't have a wagon, so we just grabbed what we could.
No point at Mary. You girl, come closer. She'll approach. He'll like grab her face and like look at it. I guess you do bear a resemblance. Okay. Come on in. He's not guarding the gate or anything. There is no formal wall or gate that you can see. There's like a toppled stone sort of wall that's like about waist high at certain points, but there's not a...
Like this probably was a walled city once upon a time.
A very lightly walled city. It could keep sheep out.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll gesture you to enter the town.
Would it be appropriate to just head to the manor house at the top there, or should we go under guard? I mean, I am not from your realm.
I'll escort you. And he'll take you on inside. Once you get past the first few houses, you can kind of see there's a big town square that has quite the stench coming from it. There are bodies stacked up in the town square. They appear to be from all different kinds of things. You can see they've been cut on, they've been stabbed. There's victims of war. You can tell some of them maybe from fire, but you also see signs of plague on them.
Is this some sort of festival? I'll say to the guard.
So I don't think. Fuck it. For sake of ease, you could be here, but I don't think you would have had to hoof it.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, you had to leg it real fast.
I don't mind slipping in the dark.
You probably just caught up to us now. It's like, oh, he wasn't here with us. There's now an extra person. Hello.
Where the hell did those come from?
Where did he come from?
Yeah,
That's exactly the point.
Yeah, it's easier for you to be here now, but technically, I mean, it would have taken you an extra day. But it's fine. So, we'll say that there was a horse that you found.
And I brought it to Kiana. Now it's Kiana's horse.
Nah, it escaped right before you got to town. You got spooked.
Damn. That happens.
Its name was Ex Machina.
Or Sex Machina.
Name was Quick Travel.
There you go.
Equine Ex Machina. Sorry.
That's fast travel to you.
I can talk. Ah, cha 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 cha. All right. So yeah, everybody's here.
Smells of peanut butter.
He'll look at you. Festival? No. There's been a lot that has happened to this town. Unfortunately. From the plague to the war to just plain starvation. But you do see a lot of bodies there. And you see people piling some bodies into the pile, like, right now. It's not like an active thing. It's not like there's, like, a chain gang of people, like, throwing bodies in. It's just, like, somebody's relative died at some point, and they're chucking them on the pile.
This is a lot of death, even for me.
Yeah.
I know you're no Tyrgen, but I imagine that this is from your experience, good guard, you have... I imagine this doesn't look like this plague doesn't appear to be like the battlefield illness, when many bodies are left and then illness follows. I've heard rumor it's elsewise. Would that be accurate to say? What's happening in this poor town?
You're asking if the plague showed up before the piles of bodies?
You tell me.
Is that what you're asking?
I'm trying to see if it's different from battlefield illness.
I don't know. I'm not really a pathologist. I don't know that word either. I'm not...
You're no healer, I understand.
I'm no healer. I don't know much about the humors, if you would, but...
Not sure what humor has to do with it, but...
Humors. Don't do this to me.
You can't talk. We won't let the game master talk.
But no, it seems that the plague and the war arrived around the same time. I don't know if it is related.
Oh.
But yeah, so the town square is full of bodies. There is sort of a meeting house. It's not particularly big. You also see a monastery type building not that far from square, sort of on its own little hill, just kind of right behind the town hall, that bears the symbols of the
three-sided triangle thing with the points.
Yeah.
The triumph.
Triquetra is the symbol, but yeah, the triumvirate is the gods. And you can see statues of 3 gods. None of them have faces. All of them.
And the gods were the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, right?
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah, that's them. That's them. If you pray real hard, they'll take you to America.
Oh no.
Oh no, you mean the far, 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 far West Indies?
Yes. You're gonna go so far west, it's east. Because there's nothing but... anyways. But yeah. And then there are also... There's several dwellings around. There's a shop in the town square. Some sort of like open market area that has a bunch of stalls. It's closed, but like you walk inside of kind of a large building and you can like see like stalls in there. There is a... That's most of the buildings of note around here. A lot of buildings are destroyed. One of them is actively kind of loosely burning. It's not a conflagration, but it is like, embers sort of petering out. You see, every now and again, you'll see a person coughing, walking, crying. A couple people are laying out in the street, just like they don't know what to do. They look like they have no hope. But yeah, it is nighttime. Probably about 7 o'clock at night, maybe 8.
Mary, my new best friend, tell me what has happened here.
I don't know.
Oh, this is awkward.
I haven't been here in quite some time.
Where did they take you from?
I was on my way here
Yes.
to visit my uncle.
A fine time to visit.
I suggest we visit him quick before he dies of this damn plague.
It's not much worse than where I came from, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad here. She'll
Do
shrug.
you want to wear my plague mask?
Are you asking her?
Yeah.
Do you think it'll help?
Sure.
Alright, she'll wear it. She'll put it
He
on.
doesn't know. He's just like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, she'll
Welcome
put
to
it on.
the rich smell of decay and potpourri.
Yeah, I'm sure it smells great.
Because they would stuff the nose with stuff. Cause
Right. That's right. You know what
we
Morgan's
did-
We
favorite
did
scent is?
similar.
And you're going... but so now you're going to go through the town and you're going to go to the manor. Is that what's happening?
We're following the guard,
Okay.
yeah.
He'll lead you past everything, and you'll just see, like, absolute misery. People are not happy. Things are not going well in this town. You see, every now and again, you'll see, like, a body that they haven't gotten to yet. But it seems that people are still living here. Some of the houses are inhabited. People are staring out the window as you guys are walking past, and they're just giving you suspicious glances.
I smile and tip my hat at them when if people look right at me. I'm being as friendly as I can be.
They're just sort of like
Hello.
mouth agape, like they don't know what to. It's quite the strange procession you guys make. But you'll get up the hill. You'll approach the manor. It has walls. It has a guard standing out front. And it is what you can tell, it seems to be about like a 2-story large manor. Sort of rectangular in shape. It's not very rounded anywhere. It has a sloping roof that kind of goes... You know how like when they put the shingles like on the second story too? And it's like kind of part of the wall. It looks like that. Dark brown shingles. A mixture of wood and stone for the rest of the walls. Lots of windows. You can see through the front gate that there is some sort of little bridge that goes across some kind of water feature inside. You can see a guard.
So like a perma moat almost.
Yeah, like a semi-moat almost.
Yeah.
And then there is a guard standing by the front door as well as the gate. So you see 2 guards all together, but one of them's out here, one of them's in there. And you can see a light on in one of the windows. Seems that somebody's there. Not necessarily watching, but just present. You'll approach. Whoa. What are you doing away from your post? I brought these travelers here. They claim to have a relative of the Lord with them. Of course they do. Everybody has something or someone. Why did you bring them here? Come on. The guard's going to sort of step closer. She is a tall woman, wearing mail armor. She has a sword and shield, neither of which are donned right now. But she'll sort of get closer. Which one of you is it?
Good evening. It would be this lady here, Mary Bevin. She introduced herself.
Mary. She'll like look at her. This lady has a name. Yes. Oh, hi,
Yeah,
Catherine. Oh, it's so good to see you. Mary? Is that really you? And they'll like, she'll so Mary will initiate a hug, and Catherine will awkwardly like one-armed because she's like on duty kind of thing. Like, okay. Glad to see you too, Mary. She'll like whistle. She'll do one of those loud whistles. The guard by the front door will run across the bridge and like open the gate. Take her inside. And Mary will disappear inside the building. She'll give you back your blade mask first, though. Thank you. And then they just take her. They straight up take her.
Never watching this again.
Thank you, Marcus. I presume Guard Captain Catherine?
Yeah, that's me.
I am Harzar Steelflame, an envoy of the Nagami tribe. My mission wasn't initially to rescue a relative of the realm. That was happenstance in the brave countenance of my traveling companions. My goal in this land is to learn from, well, your lord ideally, but from whomever is willing to speak with me, the course of the war and to learn of the plague, so I can go back to my chiefs and inform them of what is really going on out here. We've heard rumors that the plague and the wars are quite terrible, but is a whole that's why an envoy is required to confirm such things rather than believe bardic tale.
She'll give each of you an appraising look, one by one. She'll stop on Morgus and just kind of stare for a bit. And, like, she'll look you up and down.
This is Morgus of the Silent Valley, Temopab, my mercenary guard, and Cedric's Gemfist, an appraiser of Koath.
You are quite the motley crew. Well, that's a lot of information for now. I can't... The Lord won't see you tonight. Return tomorrow, and we will be able to hold audience.
Do you have a suggestion for where an envoy may be housed safely in this town? Well, village, I suppose.
I mean, there is an inn, but it's not in the best state. You might be best off camping within the city limits. She'll gesture towards, like, a couple tents across the road, and you can see, like, people cooking beans over a fire.
Guard captain, I am charged to be diplomatic, but I would think it would be only polite to offer even common sleeping space here in the manor for a visiting envoy and his entourage.
Give me a communication check.
As at this point he's starting to get a little annoyed. He's smiling, but he's like, "Excuse me, are you telling me to just get my own hotel room? I'm here as an official."
She's not terribly professional. She seems very put upon and very, like, tired, I guess is the best word for it.
19. I don't get a reroll for this because I'm not convincing one person, not a group.
It's not bad. I can see what I can do, but you'll have to wait here. I do not have
of course.
I do not have the authority to allow you in. She'll approach the gate. She'll whistle again. Another guard will, like, open the gate, and then she'll go inside. The gate will be closed, and the other guard is on the inside of the gate, like, watching you guys.
I'll tip my hat at him and then sigh and turn back to everyone else. Well, hopefully they know some manners here. Even if I was visiting a hostile tribe, they would give me something better than pitching my own tent.
Line of sight. Probably an unsecured door. And I bet we could climb up that wall if we had to.
Collarbone? Spine? Feet? Bone? Sorry.
Share a look with Temo like, yeah, this is who we chose to travel with.
You guys will have your discussion. While you're doing this, you'll notice people are watching you. From all around, just people from, like, windows, people from some of these little hobo camps, essentially refugee camps, I guess would be a better term. They're all just kind of watching you. Some of them are talking, some of them are cooking, some of them are doing stuff, but they are all looking at you and talking about you.
I tip my hat to him and he looks straight at me, just waving at them or just being polite.
They don't seem very happy to see you. They don't seem very
I'm a stranger
pleased.
from away.
They cast you suspicious, sort of scornful glances. Every now and again they'll make their they'll do the Trinity symbol as a rosary kind of thing.
Through the
Is there a
smile,
way to
I'll
do it
say,
like this. Like this. Like this. That's,
oh, because you have to do the 3 circles.
yeah, do the 3 circles. So like, yeah, I think like this. Yeah. I'm sorry to
Okay,
any gang members who we are offending right now. We don't want any trouble. But hey, there you
Hey,
go.
look! It also looks like a crab. It looks like a little crab.
Yeah.
It's a crab.
You make a little crab with your
Like a
hands.
little crab with your hands. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, one of them
Put
will
your-
do
put
this
your
and kind of
hands like
pray.
this. Yeah, you see what I see?
I don't see what you see. God damn it. But yeah, eventually she will come back. It seems that, unfortunately, they don't. He's very reluctant. We can put you in the side house.
That would be agreeable. I can understand putting upon a Lord Mayor for such a thing, but I appreciate his hospitality and good manner. I smile, but the smile doesn't reach my eyes. Like, I am annoyed that I had to ask. But I'm trying not to highlight it.
She'll sort of nod. Yeah, I just don't think. It doesn't matter. And she'll let you in. And she'll take you around to the side to a small building. Seems to be some sort of. Maybe a guest house?
I imagine it's the sort of house for, like, traveling, like, servants or guards. It's not
Yeah,
really-
it's not where you expect to be put. It's kind of like a common house. Like, it's like. There's a couple beds in there, but, like, some of you are going to be sleeping on the floor. But you open it up. She opens up the door for you. A couple beds. There's, like, a cooking area, sort of, near the fireplace. There's a couple shelves with maybe a scattering of books. It's not very well furnished or decorated. It's not awful. It's fine. It's just not particularly fancy.
Oh, finally, inside.
Yeah,
We've been
really.
outside for so long. Oh my god. The endless sky has finally come to an end.
I'll admit, I think I could understand you. I'm more familiar with the canopy of the jungle and forest. It feels weird to be on open plain for too long. Guard, do you have any soup to share? If there's any left, I know it came late, but
Who are you talking to?
to Catherine.
Captain Storin. Thank you.
Captain Storin.
And something will be brought out to you.
Oh, very well. Thank you very much.
I mean, she'll do a half bow, like, kind of thing. It's not overly polite. I'm not gonna lie to you. But
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
she seems irritated by the whole situation.
We're equally irritated, which means things are going well.
Things are going well. But she'll leave you to it. Shortly after you guys, we'll say you get settled, put your stuff where you're putting it, pick your sleeping spot, and someone will knock on the door. It'll be a servant with a basket of food. I've been told to bring this to you.
Oh, just set it on the table over here. Thank you very much.
She'll put it on the table and she'll do the proper, she'll bow, walk backwards, and then turn and leave.
All right, everyone, eat up. We're finally not eating wild game or dried meat.
And just for the record, this is a sort of a long house. It's one room with just kind of area rugs telling you what each area is for. Not a lot of amenities, but it's not bad. It's warm. There's food, and you're within the walls. So
Yeah.
I haven't eaten food like this for, I guess, a couple decades now. It's nice to live lavishly.
Oh, none of this compares to the luxuries of the Kingdom of Greystone. Oh, the various things I had the chance to eat, even with all the terribleness. But that is a kingdom without war, without the perils. Well, they have the perils of war, but not nearly as bad as it is here in the south.
Yeah, Greystone is not currently at war with anybody.
Say what you will about the food culture of Gravestone, but Koath has some of the spiciest food you've ever had in your life.
I can go with
Dwarven
spicy.
peppers from the desert. Nothing compares.
I really hope to see Koath someday. I mean, I'll have to go there eventually to see what's going on, but we'll see where the plague and the war takes us.
Lots of carts, lots of sand.
Absolutely.
Is it endless seas of sand, rolling dunes, and the blazing sun and all that?
Thought you said you never been there.
I've heard stories, bardic tales. They also say there's these giant worms that jump out of them, but I don't believe those. Sounds too fantastical, really.
Maybe you should start believing those tales. Something sculpted those caves underneath the Dwarven Mountains.
I presume dwarves.
Something bigger than the dwarves and something older. Sure, we've got our caverns, our tunnels, but there are giant caves down there, deep in the abyss, carved by something ancient.
Maybe it's similar to those ancient fish people in the sea. Except sand, I suppose, and rock. Don't mind Borges, he's collecting chicken bones, apparently.
I always heard fish folk were a myth.
Oh, the legend of Greystone tells of one of the companions, one of the great heroes, being a pirate fishman.
I always thought it was something lost in translation, like a man of the sea.
Well, there was a man
Seaman.
of the sea, but he died. Although some say he died heroically swinging from a rope, others said he drank himself to death. It depends on which one likes the character better.
Both of those sound like a heroic way for a dwarf to go.
Well, as a human, but, you know.
Swinging
for-
from a rope or drinking yourself to death, it's a win-win on my tombstone.
As far as the lore that you're saying, the dwarves eventually carved into a tunnel system, and so those are the deep tunnels, and they were there already. That's kind of, yeah, and that's like it's like the deep Underdark kind of situation. It's just,
Oh, that is all bad vibes for me from various lore.
oh, I love the Underdark,
Bad.
man. From Forgotten Realms, Underdark is one of my favorite places. I mean, you know, it is to a lot of people, but I really enjoyed it. Vampire fights, I'm not repeating it.
You shouldn't. You really shouldn't.
It's pretty funny, though. But are you guys doing anything tonight? Are you going to attempt any chicanery? Are you going to have any important conversations or make any plans or anything?
The most I'm relaxing for the most part because hooray, we're not on foot anymore.
No.
We're in house. At most, if I'm still up, because it's like 7 at night, so I'm probably up for a couple hours. Or I might if they let me, I might walk the grounds just to stretch my feet inside of a safe area and then turn in.
You can walk a bit outside, but if you start leaving the area, they'll stop you.
Yeah, no, I'll just if a guard says, "Hey, stop," I'll wave and go, "Yep, just going for a walk," and I'll turn around and go back the way I was going.
You can walk like in the garden a bit. There's a little bit of a garden. Decently tended to. It does produce some food in a certain area.
Is it practical foods or luxury foods?
So there's an herb garden, which is pretty practical. And then a lot of the foods are just. It seems like maybe the servants did it to have
Feed themselves.
available. Yeah. Keep everyone happy. But yeah, you're able to walk around a bit. You'll see at one point a man looking down at you from one of the windows. An old man, an older gentleman, gray haired, with a Just like kind of like a pointy mustache, clean shaven otherwise. He has like you can't see his eyes because there's like reflection off his glasses. Dressed kind of well, considering that he's probably getting ready for bed, wearing some fancy pajamas or something.
I'll raise my hat to him. I'll tip my hat once I see him, like, just being friendly back once he sees him. Because
he'll dramatically close both the curtains.
I thought Hernasa had it bad in the legend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're a monster person.
I'm a monster person in with nice clothing, nice hat, an official scarf. I'm here on official business. This guy's treating me like a jerk. I'm like, cool. This place is friendly to the Valley of the Stars, isn't it?
Whenever you mention the scarf, I always think of like a Miss America sash. Like you just have a sash that goes all the way from one shoulder all the way across your entire torso around your waist, just like denoting I am the fancy boy.
It's almost like that, but like it's like thicker, like the Worf, if you know what Worf from Star Trek, that sort of big one. Except it has like diamonds in various colors, so it's meant to make me as visible as possible. So I'm supposed to look I'm supposed to not look like.
It's like the thing you wear in marching band, the fucking baldric.
And it's bedazzled, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, it's meant to be like I'm not sneaking up on you. I'm an envoy. Don't shoot me. I'm an envoy.
Nice.
Which is very important in a jungle. What's that weird shade color in the thing? Don't shoot that. That's an envoy. We don't want to start a war, or do we? Yeah.
Morgus, do you do anything before bed?
Morgus does his nightly prayers to the god of death, which is
creepy.
Imtes. Imtes. And I guess washes off some of the makeup, which might be excited to do myself. And then he goes to sleep. He likes to get a nice solid 8.
Excellent. So you all hit the sack, go to bed. You have your sweet dreams. Anybody have any dreams of note? Anybody want to share? I heard that's a thing I should ask you. You don't have to. Just, if anyone wanted to share a thing. No?
I'd probably be dreaming a little bit about home, because it's been a while since I've actually been at the Valley of the Star. Seeing the jungles, the great beasts, and so on. Because I've spent a lot of time.
I wanna have a dream based on real dreams where there's like two guys and they've got bows, and I'm trying to pull my crossbow, but I'm just not strong enough to pull the rope as far as it needs to go. And I'm just like, if all I could do is pull this, and then I could shoot these guys, then instead I get shot by an arrow and I wake up panicked that I'm not strong enough and I'm not good enough.
A dream of doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I think Morgus meeting Mary and the rest of the party members has reminded him of a time where he cared about more than just bones, where he cared about the flesh upon those bones and the hearts within. And he thinks about childhood as a sickly young boy watching people play from the window, but that was the happiest time.
Excellent. Okay, cool. All of you wake up in the morning. There's a fresh basket of food on the table. Someone dropped it off. You might have noticed them. They weren't stealthy or anything. But yeah, you are up and at 'em.
Do you believe Temo counted sheep or counted goats?
That was a bad joke. You hear her hoof going in the middle of the night. She's counting like a horse.
Oh, must be counting to sleep. Killed 2, killed 5.
Tap tap slash. Tap tap slash.
She counts humans.
That'd be really funny. They're just jumping over like a little thing. Yeah. So you're all awake. It is daytime now. The sun does indeed rise. And you guys get ready. You do all your stuff. Don't forget, you gain all your magic points back. If you were hurt, you should probably heal that up too, because I don't think any of you were seriously injured.
No. Like the 5 minutes I had to catch my breath after the fight would have healed me.
Yeah. But you do, once you're all ready, you hear a commotion coming from outside.
I looked to Temo and I looked to Cedric. There we go.
I'm gonna pop open a window and plant my crossbow on the window for like support and aim at the source of the noise.
You can see something's going on at the front gate. You see a bunch of people out there.
Looks like there's some disturbance with the townsfolk.
Of course there is.
If we just dumped a whole bucket of hot pitch on them from above, we could be done with it. I'm just kidding. They're innocent.
I mean, in some kingdoms, they would think that would be a thing to do. I'll step out.
You step out. So you go to the gate. You will see Catherine Storin is there with several guards now. There's about 5 of them all together. They're pushing up against the gate and stopping them, and she's trying to entreat to them. Calm down, everybody. Calm down. You must disperse. And they're shouting, you've got all the food in there. Hey, you gotta help us out. You're just leaving us out here to rot. And there'll be like rocks and stuff throwing. They'll be putting their shields up. The people are pissed.
So things are going well. I mutter just to anyone who's near me.
The gardener's like, yeah. It's good stuff.
I wonder where they keep the food supplies. Maybe I can sneak some out while you're talking to the big man upstairs.
Let's see if we can get him to... If we can source the food that can solve this problem. If he's amenable, then all can be in peace. If not, then we do what we must.
All right, you do your thing. I'll do my thing.
I tip my hat at that, like, yep. I'm not the boss of you.
You do plan A and I'll do plan B. And if plan A doesn't work out, B will already be done.
But Catherine will be talking to them, trying to talk them down. And eventually she gets the crowd under control. She's able to talk to them respectfully. And she speaks reason to them. And they will eventually get tired and leave.
Does this happen every morning, guard captain?
No. I think it's because they saw more people come into here.
Apologies.
Yeah, thanks. She'll sort of like weakly laugh.
Oh, did your men take the parcels we had with us?
Oh, did you give that to them?
I would have, yeah, because that's. I presume it's stolen property. Unless you wish us to present it to your lord. I don't know which you would prefer, because it's stolen goods. We were just making sure it got to you.
We already took care of it. It's not like they're wrong. She'll look out towards the dispersing crowd.
I would offer to send food, but the Valley of the Stars is a long way. Without knowing the effort, the war, and the plague, it's hard to guarantee a steady supply train.
If only there were someone around here who could act outside of your laws and share the food you have.
You can give me a communication check. If you have any sort of thieves' cant ability or anything like that, you can use it.
I have deception, but I'm not deceiving anybody.
Yeah, just give me the communication.
16.
It's not bad.
I'll do it. All you have to do is turn a blind eye.
She'll look at you and she'll be like, yeah, if only. But she's not agreeing to it. But she'll beyond. She understood you. She seems She seems conflicted. She seems deeply conflicted.
Let me push it a little bit. You know, it'd be a real shame if somebody left the door unlocked. Ooh, an 11 on that one.
Can we get more boons?
I don't think I have another boon. I think I had 2 tasty boys and I already used them.
You'll find that sort of thing uncommon around here, I'm afraid. She seems kind of, like, sad. Like, she doesn't seem too happy about it. But she'll escort you inside. He'll see you now.
Well, perhaps we can see what solution we can work on together. I've traveled the world a bit and have found some inventive solutions to problems. Hopefully I can think of one.
Are
Hopefully.
you suggesting? I'm going to say just to you and Keon's character, just to you and Morgus. Are you suggesting they eat the bodies from the plaza?
In desperation, one might have to, but there may be some other source of food or some other town they can trade with that we can secure a route for. But when starvation comes, life before death.
Probably not great with the plague going around, but
Not really, no.
I do know a good recipe.
A recipe
I am-
for what?
For what?
Shades of Graveyard Keeper coming to mind. I just have a pound of flesh, don't worry. It can turn into a burger.
Pound of flesh.
That
Yeah.
game was fun. Yeah. You'll be brought inside. As soon as you get inside, there is a large staircase going up in a kind of a grand entry hall. There's a chandelier, but it's not all crystal. It's mostly bronze, and it's just covered in candles. They are unlit, as it is the daytime. Off to the left, there seems to be some sort of sitting room. The door is open. You can see lounge chairs, big windows, that kind of thing. To the right, you can see into a dining hall of some sort. There's more rooms along left and right when you move towards the back, but you can't see any of those from here. Right next to the stairs, there are 2 doors on either side that seem to be the swinging variety of door. They don't seem to actually close, so maybe a kitchen or something. Probably for the servants to move about. And then at the top of the stairs, you can see it opens up into some sort of room. You can't see much more to it than that. She'll be like, right this way, and she'll lead you up the stairs. Where you will come to, it's sort of a large, just a big room with wood paneling, red painted from the top up. The bottom half is like dark oak. Very nice room. Several nice leather chairs. There is a couple of art pieces around, a painting here, a statue there, and there's a large oak table. On one end of it, there is a big high-backed chair. And then there are some less impressive chairs around the rest of it. But you'll see this man that you saw last night. Gray-haired man, balding on top, long, deliberately waxed and pointed mustache, wearing a 3-piece suit. Like a straight-up, more or less a modern suit. It is gray with a burgundy undershirt and matching pocket square. Dressed very well. Several rings adorn his hand that he has resting on the high-backed chair. You must be the envoy. I did say I would meet with you. If you try to approach, he said, "That's close enough." And you'll see there's a man comes through with a burning, what is it called? A census?
A censer.
A censer. A burning censer. Dressed in robes. And he'll be doing that in the room around you guys. Hopefully this keeps the plague at bay. I do not know if any of you are carriers. But we'll have to conduct our business across the table, I'm afraid.
Perfectly reasonable. As
What?
for
No,
introductions,
I'm just kidding. I want to so bad. I can't hear you.
For introductions, I am Harzar Steelflame of the Nagami tribe. In my company, I have here Morgus of the Silent Valley, a survivor of a rather terrible time. Temopeb, a rather prestigious mercenary. You're likely familiar with her order or her organization. And Cedric Gemfist, an appraiser of Koath.
All very impressive. What can I do for you?
Well, I'll start with the pleasant part of the meeting at first. We traveled together to find a cat behind you. Run. No, I'm just kidding. We traveled together in hopes of learning more of the plague and what truly is propagating it, and hopefully, maybe perhaps doing something about it. And also, in my case at least, I am trying to learn of what really is going on in the war. The chiefs of the Valley of the Star are currently neutral in these conflicts, but should it become a world-spanning issue, the chiefs need to be aware, or if it's something they need not worry about. So it is my task to learn of the world's current state and inform my chiefs back home. Well, the chief of the Nagami, who will share it with the other chiefs in the valley.
I can tell you of the war. I do not know much of the plague, just to keep away from it. I can direct you towards where you can find the plague-ridden, but if you go there, you cannot return.
Do you have any children of any kind that have knowledge of or any priests that are familiar with the disease?
There is a temple in town. You could speak with them.
Would I need a letter of introduction from you, or could I simply enter and ask? I'm not a member of your faith. I'm only familiar with the one true church of Greystone. I say one true church, and I wave my hand like that's what they call themselves. Don't worry about it.
Yes, of course. And someone will run up with some paper, and he'll start writing. He'll sign it, and he will wax seal it. He will slide it across the table to you.
I'll scoop it up.
They will speak with you.
Your assistance is greatly appreciated, Lord Mayor. Lord Mayor, or just Lord?
Just Lord.
Just Lord.
Harzar.
Oh, I'm getting to that. So, as for the less pleasant part of it, but necessary for a traveling band like ours, we were in the hope that there would be some sort of consideration for the rescue and delivery of your relative.
Of course. He does not sound like he wants to give you guys anything. But
I shrug like, I know. It's like, I have to. I will add on, whether this reflects on your magnanimity and generosity. There's the stolen goods that we've returned to you. There is more at the, if you're familiar with the log cabin further, or the lumberjack cabin further down the road, there is more there that we couldn't bring with us. It might still be there to be collected, but we didn't have a wagon, so we couldn't really bring it with us.
He'll look off.
We carried what we could.
He'll look off to the side, and you'll see a man that you didn't really notice before. He was sort of out of the way, but he's wearing a black silk shirt with the puffed shoulders, and then he has the puffy thigh pieces, the puffy pantaloons. But then he has the tight socks going all the way up to it, so it almost looks like he's wearing shorts. Shiny black buckled shoes, and a sort of one of those flat puffy hats that look like a throw pillow, with a purple plume going from it. He's also an older gentleman, probably about 45. He has a bit of a grizzled look, a sort of high cheekbones, angular face. His eyes or maybe perhaps a bit close together. But yeah, he'll appear at this and be like, "Yes, we can send people out to there." He'll delegate that task to somebody.
And there is one. So, to what consideration of magnanimity and generosity should me and my companions expect? Or is that something you need to measure and weigh?
I mean, he'll look at his attendant, and they'll nod at each other, and he'll toss you a bag of money.
I'll open up and look inside.
It's gold, so that because it was really light, and you're like, "What the fuck?" But it is gold, so it's about 50 gold pieces.
I'll lift up the bag and just kind of display it to everyone else, just to let them know that that's what's in there. We can distribute this when we're done with this meeting. Or now, either way. I kind of hand back the thing. There's one last thing, and forgive me for being presumptuous, but it is the duty of the strong to protect the weak, and it is wise of the strong to help the strong. I'm of understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you may have a food issue in your realm, or in your holding, I should say.
I know of no such issue. What are you speaking of?
I'm speaking of the crowd of people who threw rocks at your house in search of food.
The rabble always throw rocks. That's why we have guards. He'll, fix his mustache while he says it. He's literally twirling his mustache.
I would caution underestimating the weak, for if the weak are not attended to, as per the duty of the strong, the weak will seize strength. I am not threatening, I'm advising you, as the Valley of the Star has long learned that these lessons are things we do not ignore.
Well,
even the Kingdom of Gravestones knows the virtue of charity.
You can give me a communication check, but this guy does not have any desire to do that.
I didn't think so, but I have to try.
You can try.
I have a boon. I hate to burn that stunt, but it's not like one's gonna help me.
Yeah, it's not gonna help you.
I will. 3 more, so 16.
16's not great. He doesn't think you're an idiot, though, but he's going to respond thusly. If I am to believe your panicked whining, then the rabble should starve soon anyways.
I clap my hands together and produce the musket and then stamp it down right next to me. Call me panicked again, sir, and you'll see how brave I really am.
A bunch of guards appear. I think that this meeting is over.
I think it is, isn't it? Let's all part amicably, yes?
Yes, get out of here. Leave at once.
And I'll disappear the musket. I'll just storm out because I was this close. One more insult, I was going to shoot the poor guy.
I really struck a nerve there, huh? Oh, boy.
Excuse you?
Yeah, it was a dick move. Yeah, for sure. But this guy's a
communication back.
I
Intimidation.
apologize for my friend. After you storm out, I apologize for my friend. He's not usually like that. You should go for a walk through your city square. See how high the bodies are stacking. Do yourself a favor and know what's going on in your town.
You give it a communication check. Who knows?
Just a 10, and I'll turn with that and follow Harzar out.
He'll be twisting his mustache, watching you leave.
Morgus likes to be the last one in the room and just gives him a smile. And then leaves.
He shakes his head slowly, disapprovingly at you.
Ask him if you can have something that you know that you can't have. Pick it up and be like, "Can I have this?" And just get told no and put it down.
Can I have your hat?
You asking the guy with the pillow hat?
Yeah, with the hat. It's a lovely hat. May I have it for a pillow?
Please leave.
Yep. That went over pretty well. Yeah. That's like I liked it. Good job, guys. Well done.
Hey, I tried the path of diplomacy. He told me to piss off.
No, you definitely did.
Here I am. Oh, I'm gonna try to prevent you from being robbed. Oh, I guess I'll let you be robbed.
There was a level of
tell
success.
you.
There was a level of success that would have made him seem.
I
a little
know.
bit
I
rude,
just
but
didn't hit it.
not quite.
Oh.
Not quite high enough, my friend. With a 16. Mostly because this guy's an asshole.
Yeah.
As you leave out the front door, Mary will show up. Oh, hey. That didn't sound like it went too well.
Greed is a sin in Greystone. Perhaps it's not one in the Triumvirate.
Our Czar pulled a gun on your uncle.
I produced it. I didn't aim it at the man. If I wanted to kill him, he'd be dead right now.
That's how well it went.
I shrug like, no, you're not wrong.
On a scale from 1 to I could have killed him if I wanted to.
No, that's pretty funny. Yeah, it didn't go very well. Oh, that's a shame. Did he at least pay you?
Yes, he did reward us for our efforts and was polite enough to give an introduction to your local priest. So he was minimally polite.
That's good. He must have been in a good mood. You would hate to see him on his bad days.
Mary, my dear, who was the fellow in the amazing hat?
The steward.
One in all black, yes.
Stuart.
His
yes.
name is Martin Klaus. He oversees affairs for my uncle. Runs the manor. Why do you ask?
How is he?
How is he? Wait.
Yeah, how is he?
How do you mean?
Is he a good man?
He's always been kind to me. But I do find that my uncle's household to be lacking in, well, warmth, generally. But I did not come here for warmth. I came here for safety. So I thank you. If you need anything else from me, it doesn't sound like you're welcome back here, but you can get a message to me through Catherine.
Should we need anything, I'm sure we'll send word. And if we are to leave, I think it'd be polite, if nothing else, to let you know when we're leaving, so you're not worried about us.
Yes, please. And thanks again. She'll do a proper lady curtsy to you guys, and she'll vanish off into the
I
house.
wonder if she's the next heir for this place.
Well, she explained it had something to do with wealth, so I'm not sure what their inheritance laws are like, really. It must be some thing or another.
Oh,
They don't do it with...
in like an oligarchy culture, if it went to like a bidding war when a lord died and everybody was just like an auction house.
That would be kind of cool.
What inheritance tax? We've never heard of such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
The Martin Klaus will come out the front door and look at you, Hazar.
Mhm.
My lord bid me give you this, as he did say he would educate you on the current conflict. And he hands you a book.
Oh, I'll take the book.
I do assume you can read.
And I assume you're raised to be polite, sir.
He does say it a little mean, but he is also kind of like making sure that you can read.
I am an envoy of one of the most ancient civilizations the world has ever known, long before this village was even brought up. I've been educated in the halls of the Kingdom of Greystone. Yes, I can read. Mr. Klaus.
Well, then, our business is concluded and our debt is paid. And he'll, like, half bow to you, and he'll close the door.
I'll tip my hat at him just to be polite and...
People
I got stairs in Greystone. These people insinuate I can't bloody well read.
Well, they don't know. No, they're just assholes.
Read a book, you uneducated fools. You can read, apparently.
That's true.
Yeah, they just choose not to.
Or maybe they can't. What are
Listen
they?
to a skald or two.
What are they? The former president of the United States?
Selective reading.
Selective read.
But yeah, so you journey into town. Where are you heading?
Well, I am certainly going to check in with this priest. And before we get too far away, I'll start divvying out the gold that we have in the bag. How much do we have?
50.
50. So...
What are we doing here? 50 divided by 4. Is that what we're doing?
50. Oops. 50. Hello. There. 50 divided by 4. Not divided by 0.
12.5.
So 12 gold and 5 silver. So 12 gold each.
Yeah.
So 12 gold and 50 silver?
12 each. And there's 0.5 would be like 5 silver, so
Yeah, you have.
I'm
I think
thinking
you have enough silver to make change. So
I'll do because I have silver on me. I'm thinking 2 for Morgus, 2 for Cedric, and 1 for Peb.
okay,
So add another 2 silver.
fair enough. Boom! You guys have been paid. You journey through the town. You see the townsfolk. They're out. They're out and about. They're talking. There's a small mob gathered discussing things that just happened. Some raised voices. But you walk past all of that to the Church of the Triumvirate.
As we walk by the mob, I'll say to everyone around me anyway. It may behoove us, if we're here long, to make friends with the village folk, if nothing else. Since I get the feeling that if I look at Cedric directly, if any good is to be done here, then in unofficial channels, it needs to get to the people who need it, rather than the people who are going to force themselves to have a bigger share than they really need.
I find that these sort of distractions help me achieve what I need to do in towns like this. And I usually let these things run their own course.
I'll nod at that. Onward to the church.
Onward to the church. It is a sort of a monastery-style building, more rounded than angular. At the front, there is sort of a central roundness that has 3 different figures standing all out of it. All of them look identical, and none of them have faces. But this is, and then the symbol of the triquetra is emblazoned like on the middle one. There's a door to the right, and then there's like a flower box to the left that kind of wraps around the building. Most of the plants in it are dead.
That's a good omen.
It's not. It's not a good omen. But you enter the Triumvirate. It is a stone building it has many pews, all of them facing a central dais. There's no like big symbol in the back or anything, no giant cross or anything, but there is the triquetra on the podium. And you can see several monks walking about doing monks' things, wearing their brown robes. Before you're able to talk to anybody, though, that is where we're going to call it for this week. So thanks everyone for playing. Thanks everyone for watching. We might have some spidiness on Gary's attendance, if I'm not mistaken.
This is true.
For a few weeks. True. As he is moving, and we'll maybe not have internet, maybe be able to play anyways. We'll see what happens. But we're gonna try to play regardless. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. This has been Fantasy Age 2nd edition from Green Run Publishing. You can pre-order a hardcover currently at the Green Run store, or you can outright buy the PDF. If you have played Fantasy Age, I highly enjoy 2nd edition. I think it's much better. A lot of the things that I would have changed, they did change. And it turns out great. Get 5% off with our discount code, Fresh Out the Box. I've been Johananon at RockFact on Twitter.
It's me, Casualty CDG. I'm the co-host of this show. I'm also the co-host of Fresh Out the Podcast. This where me and Jahan and our friend Drew talk about movies, streaming shows, and video games. So you should check out that podcast where all podcasts are available. That's Fresh Out the Podcast. If you like tabletop role-playing games, come check us out every Thursday and Friday from 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time until 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Right? Yeah, that's different for those people in the center of the country. Anyways, thanks for the games. Come check us out. Love you guys so much. Bye.
I've been AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. You can find me at ElectricBetCHSR on Twitter, or follow me here on Twitch under Corbinian. If you want to see what I'm doing, what I am doing when I'm doing it, check out my schedule on Twitch as well as my link tree on Twitter to know what that's all about.
And I've been Keon Navisi, aka Morgus Borgus. Morgus may or may not have taken some NyQuil before the adventure tonight to clear up a head cold, and he is sorry.
I think you did a swell job.
He did a good job.
For a good half of it, I was there.
Not bad for someone tripping on Quaaludes, essentially. All right, everyone, have a good night. Stay fresh.
Yeah, bye.